In our last episode, we picked up our new adventure, said goodbye to the other CCs and hit the road, encountered rain, snow, and some beautiful ice lakes, and saw the sights along the way. Join us for part 2 as we continue our journey across Canada. Hi friends, and welcome back to part 2 of our across Canada journey. In part 1, we travelled from Bolton, Toronto to Thunder Bay, a total of 1,381 kilometres or 558 miles, and to date we've used $500 worth of fuel. We kick off today's episode in Kakabeka Falls. Kakabeka Falls is located in the Kakabeka Falls Provincial Park. It's a 40-metre or 130-foot waterfall, and I'll put the name of the river below because I'll never be able to pronounce it. The rocks at the bottom of the falls contain some of the oldest fossils in existence, apparently some 1.6 billion years of age. The water's certainly roaring across here today. I guess it's from all the snow melt further up the river. Not the best spot to be standing, but it's probably the best view. So after we left Kakabeka Falls, we had a decision to make of whether we continue along Highway 17 or we turn off onto Highway 11. We've chosen Highway 11 because it looked a little bit more scenic, so we'll see what we see along the way. It's about morning tea time and we've turned off into the little town of Atikokan. Looks like they're just coming out of hibernation for the winter. There's not a lot open. It's a food land. We were hoping to find a bakery or a cafe where we could get some morning tea, but it doesn't look like we're going to have any luck. So no luck in town, but we're going to call into the service station because Sean wants to have a look at the bait and tackle. Well, no luck in Atikokan, so we'll carry on our way and we might have to make our own cup of tea. Just like that, 140 kilometres have flown by and we're in the little town of Port Francis. We've just come across Rainy Lake, and on the other side of Rainy River here on the left is the United States of America. Port Francis is a border town and you cross over into International Falls. We need to get some fuel for the camper and perhaps some fuel for us, so we might stop for lunch. We're going to drive along the river here before we go into town. It's certainly a beautiful little place along the river here.
We've just come through Fort Francis. We put $175 worth of fuel into the camper, $1.70 a litre. We've just spotted in Emo, which is about 30 k's up the road, gas is $1.60 a litre. So we've spun around and we're just going to top off the tanks at a cheaper price.
We've been driving through all these cool little towns and we've been checking out some of the resorts that are along the lakes on the left hand side of the road. We haven't had much luck, they all appear to be closed, but there's a lot of signs for this Lakoya's one, and there's nothing on the website, so we're going to drive down and have a look. Now, looks like they're closed too, so back on the road. Okay, finally an open rest area we can pull into. Time for a coffee. We're just coming into the pretty little town of Sioux Narrows, and we've found another RV resort online, which doesn't actually say whether it's open or not, but it looks beautiful, so we're going to drive down and have a look. The driveway is beautiful anyway. No luck again. A couple of weeks too early. So we're just approaching the connection back to Highway 17, and we're not that far out of a town called Kenora. It's getting late in the day. We think we might pick up a pizza in town, and we found a little place on Overlander, which is a trailhead just out of town. We're going to call in there and see whether it might be a good place to stop for the night. Okay, Pete's on board and we've headed just out of town to the Tunnel Island trailhead. It's quite a secluded gateway, but the description on iOverlander said that if you continue straight down the driveway, then you'll come to a really big parking area and lots of room to turn around, so we'll give it a go and hope for the best. So it does turn into a lovely big parking area, and we're going to back up here and eat our pizza for a while and just observe the goings on for now. Well, after observing the comings and goings for a while, we decided that we might move on. Would have been great to get up and do the trail in the morning, but being a Friday night, we figured that it might get kind of popular with the locals and it might get a bit noisy, so we decided we'd actually move out of town a bit more. So we found another place on iOverlander. It's down Rush Bay Road. It's a little gravel pull-off. We're going to go out there and see what it's like. So we found the spot. Looks really good actually. Looks like it'll do nicely for the night. Plenty of room and it's nice and flat. This is us. So a little while later we went for a walk, and there's actually quite a big area down the driveway in front of us as well. Room for about 3 or 4 more rigs, so excellent spot.
There you go. Good picker.
Still not a beaver.
No.
Okay, so after 5 days of driving across Ontario, We're just about to cross into Manitoba.
Yep, nothing's open, even here. The loos were, which was a great thing, except they were stainless steel and a bit cold on the bum this morning. But no, all good, and a few trucks just about to go past, so we'll let you go.
Ontario, Manitoba! Whee! All of a sudden it's got very, very flat. And I have a feeling it's sticking around. Woohoo, we made it to the middle. It's very flat in the centre of Canada. Here in the centre of Canada, just before Winnipeg. Well, we only did about 2 hours driving yesterday, and we decided we'd have a rest in Winnipeg, and we spent the afternoon shopping at the local mall, and then we came just out of town and stayed the night at the KOA. Really nice little campground, but unfortunately I didn't take any footage. I thought I had. Anyway, this morning we've driven another couple of hours, and we're just about into Saskatchewan. Unlike Ontario, Manitoba didn't take very long to get across. Manitoba, Saskatchewan! Well, we finally made it across another province.
Yeah, not a lot on it, it's just a flat, nothing, lots of wheat fields, a couple of deer, and not much else.
At least it didn't take us as long to get across as Ontario. So now we're into Saskatchewan.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yep, say that fast 3 times. Yep, still flat. So we spent the day driving across Saskatchewan. We stopped on the way in Regina and did a bit more shopping. When we parked at the rest area at the Ontario sign, our dash cam actually died. So we went into the shops there and we've got ourselves a new dash cam, so we'll be back on the road with that. But we're heading up to Saskatoon. Don't know why, we just decided we wanted to go to Saskatoon, so we're on our way. We came across this great little recreational area, Crake. The campground actually isn't open for the season quite yet, but the people here were lovely enough to let us stay. And it's a beautiful little area. There's a big lake, there's a golf course across the road. And there's also a walk up into the hills, so we're going to take the walk up there. Apparently there's a old house and barn that they've excavated. So we're going to go and have a look at that. old wagon. Barn, keep the horsies. Nope, it's a bit soft. Not much room for the horsey or the chickens. At least they would have been warm. I've been dug out and reconstructed. That's what they might have looked like back in the day. Oh, cool. Little old wood burner stove, that would have kept the place warm. Certainly would have had to up here. Bison just about rubbed the stone smooth. Centuries past, trying to get rid of ticks and insect bites. Winter here. Used to be between 50 and 60 million bison in around 1800. Now they're just about extinct on the prairies. Well, good morning. It's a beautiful morning. We had a fabulous night's sleep here at the Crake Regional Park. The owners are absolutely lovely. They've even opened up the showers for us so we can have a shower. The water lines have still got quite a bit of chlorine in them, but if you don't mind that, it's all good. Fabulous place here, some beautiful sights. Even mini golf. It'll be perfect in the summertime. Not quite set up all the picnic tables and cleared the leaves yet. I've only been here a few days. The camp doesn't open for another week yet. Beautiful big field out the front for all the kids to play. And another playground there. Absolutely fantastic spot, so if you're ever in the area and need to stay, well, recommend it. Back on the road and we're heading for Saskatoon. Still flat, by the way. We were just driving along and we saw a extremely large coffee pot and a collection of other things, so must be time to stop for a coffee. Not sure the significance of the big teapot, the Legacy Trail, but coffee pot, I suppose they needed coffee. So we made it to Saskatoon, just having a drive around, seeing what's about town, and stopping at one of our favourite places. And we'll probably grab some lunch while we're here and get back on the road. Not quite sure where we're going to end up tonight. So we did some shopping and had a great lunch in Saskatoon. We've come a couple of hours south of there and just approaching a little town called Kindersley. There's apparently a regional park here, or campervan park, so we're going to call in and see if it's open. It's getting late in the day, so it's about time we found somewhere to stay. Wow, scored on this one. Talked to a lovely gentleman up at the museum who said that the park was open and to come down and have a look. We've just checked in at the golf club across the road and just got to find ourselves a spot now. It's right by a beautiful river and apparently there's a big walk around the river, so we'll check that out shortly. Just got to get ourselves set up. Got full hookups tonight, so should be all set. And last night we stayed at the Kindersley RV park. Kindersley Regional Park, an RV park and golf course. Register at the golf course office over the road there. And, beautiful little park, just basic, but had water, electric and sewer hookups, so can't complain. And it's a beautiful morning. A whole heap of sites here that just back up onto the river. There's a community walking path. Yeah, these sites people will be walking past your windows, but that's okay. Really nice view. Oh, so nice to have a beautiful morning. It's had a week of quite cold weather and constant rain the first couple of days, so it's beautiful to wake up to blue skies and sun. Although it's been quite nice the last couple of days, it's still been overcast and we haven't seen the sun much, so yeah, beautiful morning. 3-kilometre community walking path around the lake. And, we walked it last night. Lake's looking absolutely stunning this morning. It's a beautiful warm morning too. Pretty much the first warm morning we've had in a week. Let's walk down the back here as well. Pretty close together. You're parked right beside your neighbours. But might be a bit busy in the summer season. A bit noisy, but last night it was absolutely silent. Never heard a thing. Still really flat around the place, but at least it's starting to roll a bit. We're only about 30 minutes from the border with Alberta now. Yay, we finally made it to Alberta.
One more province after this one, and we're across the whole country. We landed in Halifax, picked this up in Toronto, and one more, and
yep, we're just about done. Still got another week of travelling yet, so still plenty to see, and hopefully we get out of this flat area a bit soon. Although it is gorgeous and it's a beautiful day, so no trouble at all driving. Still flat. We were just blatting along and Sean thought he saw a wolf or a coyote on the side of the road. So I dropped him off, spun the camper around, went up the road and turned around, and I'm just going back to pick him up. Hopefully he might have got a few photos if it wasn't too far away. Been driving for a couple of hours, so we thought we'd call in and grab some lunch. This place looks really nice. Kind of the only place in the middle of nowhere. Back on the road again. Not really sure where we're heading. We were going to go up to Red Deer, but there's a few wildfires in the area, so we thought we might avoid that. Sean's got a mate that lives in Olds, so we're kind of heading that way, and we'll see if we can catch up with him for the afternoon. Looks like we might be in for a bit of rain before we get there. Maybe this is why they call it Olds. So no luck with Sean's friend in Olds. He was busy for the afternoon, so we stopped at Tim Hortons and got a coffee and had a look at the map. We're heading down through Calgary now, just trying to skirt round the outside. We thought we might head up Banff way and see whether we can find somewhere there to stay. Only it's a bit hairy driving in a big city again. Here at Willow Rock Campground. It's a first come first served campground, self-registration. So you come in, find yourself a site and register, put your money in the envelope or write your credit card details down and post it in the little box and you're away. Evidence of mooses, maybe? Elks? Not sure. And as did say, there's a bear in the area, a juvenile grizzly bear, been spotted in the last couple of days. So
the bear's shit in the woods.
They might not.
It has more than a bear with it, hopefully.
Imagine if you're a bear, you just crap anywhere you like. So this is our campground for the night, and I think this is where we're going to leave you for this video. Sorry it wasn't the most interesting video, but it's not the most interesting place in the middle of Canada. It's very, very flat, but also very beautiful. But at least now we're into the Rocky Mountains, and we'll have some spectacular scenery for you in the next video. We'll also do a tour of the campground and show you around Banff. So take care out there on the road, friends, and we'll see you in the next episode. Join us next time as we visit some epic waterfalls, lakes, mountains, and get friendly with some locals.